Alrighty then. Welcome back to Just Carve Rob. And what are we carving today, Rob? Well, we're gonna carve a gnome. Or hillbilly, I'm sorry, hillbilly. We're gonna carve a hillbilly. So this is what I started out with, which is 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square by 6 inches long. Basswood. And I took that piece of basswood and I picked the front right here. And you can tell that we did a little trimming with the bandsaw. We left the back is flat, untouched, just where I cut it in where we're going to put the hat. And then you can see we took a little here and a little there. Well, we didn't take nothing off here yet. I was going to cut the feet in this way, but I decided that we'll do that with a knife or the dremel or something. And then same thing here on the front side. You can see we took a little wedge off here, a little wedge off there. And let's see, that is about 3 inches down, so halfway down. Then we came down 1 1/4 inches for the hat. This is going to be the hat. And then the rest is just a matter of carving. Carve, carve, carve. Yep. I took the angle of the hat and brought it down like this here. So we're going to have a little taper, so we've got to push this part back. Ugh. And I did put all my center lines in already, and I put them in the top, so I know this is when this gets back to the center of the wood. And I know when this gets to the center of the wood. But let's speed this stuff up with the help of our dremel and our micromotor. And we'll get all this stuff shaped up. All right? All right. Get ready for the dreaded voiceover. So are you ready for the dreaded voiceover, 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 voiceover? All right, so we got the Dremel 4000 hooked up with the cut saw extremely extreme flame burr. And we are shaping a hat. That's what we're doing. As we sit in the parking lot. We're doing the voiceover. All right. Whew, it's a warm one today. 88 degrees with a relative humidity of 285. Gonna cut the little flop of the hat in. Remember, all this is just rough. Dimensions don't matter. It's all about shapes, my friends, all about shapes. We're shaping it up. Say hello to our buddy Jordy Johnson at Carving Fusion. How you doing, Jordy? Driving that truck, making a buck. Unloading them ships. Shape, shape, shape. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday here today, but you probably won't be seeing this video until Friday. I don't really reef down on this burr. Although I do get a little heavy-handed and burn the wood a little bit, but this is not a brand new cut saw burr by a long shot. Okay, so now we're shaping our hat. We're getting it, making it look more like a hat. Doing some undercuts there. Fun, fun, fun. Hot in the sun. I should be in the beach. I should be laying on the beach. I wish I was in Tijuana eating barbecued iguana. I really just don't got much to say today. I guess I should be doing this at 420. Inside joke, if you know, you know. 420 always makes the video editing go a little bit better. Sweep that dust up. Dusty roads. Got the knife out. I always use my knife to clean up what mess the extreme bits leave behind. Extreme burrs. Leave behind a fuzzy mess. Could use sandpaper, but I'm just using the knife. I got a lot of wood take off here anyway, so I'll just clean it up with the knife, and we'll see what that looks like here in a second. Alrighty then. So we just about got this cleaned up. Now let's take our pencil and draw back in our center lines for our nose. This is going to be a no-eye huckleberry. So we're doing that 3 wedge pyramid triangle cut to pop our nose out. And we're going to clean up a little bit. We're going to keep shaping this hat down and down and down as we push everything back and back and back. Let's say hi to our buddy Spike. How's it going, Spike? All right, all right, all right. Got Robert Peters. He's making pipes. Peter Piper's Pipes. He's got a YouTube channel. And I think our next carving is going to be a magnet. It's going to be another pirate, but it's going to be more piratey. Or maybe it'll be a cool dude. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a Bigfoot. Where are you going, Rob? Where are you going with that cropping? See, I tried to keep my hand right in the center of that gray square down there in the bottom, you can see on my mat, but just never seems to work out that way. And now we're picking our nose. We're using a flex cut detail knife, and we're just going to keep carving that nose in deeper and deeper. I'm going to push it back a little bit more there, you can see. Working it up. We can work it out. And I just keep making those triangle cuts to it helps me push the nose back deeper, and it also helps push the hat brim. All right, and I think that's about enough nose picking for right this second. Let's go ahead and start shaping up this beard. Do a little beard shaping here. Get the sides of the face pushed back. We're not just going to do a total big hairy face. We are going to give him some cheeks, mustache, open his mouth a little bit, and at the end of the video you will see him. If you want to just skip ahead, if you're one of them skippers, just want to skip ahead and see what he looks like, and just skip ahead, and he'll be all painted up at the end here. But I would appreciate it if you would watch the video for at least 7 minutes. That will beat our average time of 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I spend 3 hours carving, 2 hours of editing, and all that good stuff. And the algorithm says that the viewers are only watching an average of 4 minutes. Now, I know a lot of you say, well, I watched the whole video, Rob. Yep. But then again, there's people who only watch 2 minutes of the video, and they're taking an average of that. So please watch at least 7 minutes of the video. I'd like to see my average above 7 minutes for 5 hours, 6 hours worth of work. I'd appreciate it. And now we have got the Dremel 4000 with the Cuts All Extreme Burr. and we are shaping the beard in. And that will also give us our shoulders. So we're accomplishing two things here. We're getting our beard shaped and we're getting our shoulders cut in at the same time. This is going to be a pretty skinny fellow because we're only using 1.5 inch basswood here. I think the next one, I think I got some 2-inch laying around, so we will try using some 2-inch, 2x2, and make a bigger guy. See how I'm rounding that? Rounding the beard over to give us a dental mound of a sort. Because your beard ain't flat. And that's a fact. So it's got a little curvature to it. And the longer it gets, the puffier it gets. And now we're undercutting that beard to put the, give him a little bit of a neck under there, I guess. All right, so we're switching over to the micro motor. And we have got one of those little, it's the Gold Fine Detail Carving Burr from Kutzall. Their detail kit, or their mini burr kit, or I don't know what they call it. It's the 1/8 inch, but it's the smaller set of burrs in there. And we're using that for doing some shaping. Getting up underneath the hat and making the nose a little rounder. Because it goes round and round. What comes around goes around. Yep. Get that all cut in. See how we're using that up underneath the hat to get the nose pushed back in there a little bit more. And now I'm kind of outlining where the mustache is going to be, just real lightly. We've got plenty of extra wood here in the beard, so we can mess around with that. Instead of using a pencil, I'm just using the micro motor as a pencil. Now I'm marking in the side where I want it to come down, and you'll see it. You can start seeing it shape up right here. Now I'm cutting in heavier on both sides, rounding that dental mound over a little bit more. Aiden Fletcher, how you doing, Aiden? Aiden is the night owl. We got Perry Lowe. Perry Lowe, how you doing, Perry? And now you can see we're marking in the getting that mustache marked in. Same thing, nice and light. And then if I like it, I can make it deeper. If I don't like it, I'll just erase it. Yeah. There we go. Cutting the inside of the beard in. Or mustache, I'm sorry, mustache. Now I'm plunging that straight in there to make a crevice for his mouth. The mouth crevice. Getting that beard shaped. Mustache, Rob. That's all part of the beard. It all grows together. Unless you're a porn star, then you only got the big hairy mustache. And I think that was only back in the 70s. Oh boy. Okay. We're getting that shaped up there very nicely. I probably could have gave him more room for the mustache under his nose, but it's a caricature. It don't matter. What's the matter? What's the matter with matter? I don't know. Sounds like a string theory question to me. And we get that shaped. I just cut his lip in. Give him a little lip action going with an open mouth. You can see we're getting those cheekbones set in. Up under there. Just shape. Once you learn how to do your cheekbones, it all falls together for you. Sure does. All you gotta do is remember to come from just in front of the ear, where the ear would be, down on an angle like a check mark, right back up to the nose. And now you just cut your cheeks in. Then off from that, you can have your mustache come down, and on the back side where you left that space between the ear and the side of the cheekbone, you can roll that right off from there. Now we're going ahead and we're going to start cutting some beard hairs in here. Get them all cut in to the wire brush, brass wire brush. And we'll take our knife and we will sharpen those cuts we just made with that little micromotor tool, just to give it a little more clarity. Speaking of clarity, how you doing, Claire? Claire over there in France. The people in France dance with no pants. And now I'm making that, because we were using a round burr, I'm making it more triangular, more like a mouth hole, the mouth crevice. And that's where I'm setting that lip in hard, going a little bit deep with the blade. And we're cutting the corners back to get, I mean, the normal person wouldn't even look for a rounded mouth on something this small, but I'm Abby normal. All right. So you're saying, Rob, that head is way too small for that body. I mean, look at the size of this guy. Hold the phone. You'll see how it works out. We're giving this guy some arms, you know. He's got to have arms. All right, so now we've got the micromotor with one of those 3M Scotch-Brite wheel things. Cleaning up some of the fuzz. And then we can move on to the body. Now we've got a saber tooth flame burr. I'm going to bring that chest down a bit and start cutting the bottom of our pant leg in. Split those legs. Shop inspector is not liking it. It's a hot day. Trying to tell me she wants to come in here and take over my recliner. That's what she's trying to tell me. That's what she does all the time. I like these, I like the shape of this burr. It's not as fat as the Cutsaw burr. It's got a bit of a pointier end on it. And for separating lines and drawing lines in, you can't beat it. And we're going to have to cut the back of it. This is why I could not cut the back of this on the bandsaw, because I'm going to have one leg forward and the other one straight. He's going to be standing on a rock. So I'm just kind of sketching that in. And that was the other good reason for splitting the legs with the bandsaw, because as you cut that leg in, it'll come right into the where the bandsaw split is. It's a good dead stop. Clear out in between them legs a little bit. This is one of those 3-wing cheap Chinese burrs from Amazon. They have their place, but they dull out pretty quick. This would be awesome if you could get one of these made out of carbide, where it would hold up a little bit better. That'd be awesome. So you can see we popped that out of there. Oh, she's telling me about it, huh? The old shop inspector out there barking up a storm. Must be a rabbit. Her and the rabbits have a love-hate situation. The other day I was sitting out and on the back porch, and I bet there's like 7, 8 rabbits running around here. And an eagle swooped out of the sky, grabbed one of them rabbits. Man, did it scream. Took it right out of the backyard, he did. Got him up about 30 feet in the air and dropped him. So I don't know if the rabbit bit him or he got tired of hanging on to the rabbit, and the rabbit bounced off the ground and took off. I don't know why he dropped it. I think it's amazing that a rabbit can live from a 30-foot drop. I know I could. That dropped me from 30 feet. I'm going to hit the ground like a balloon full of water. It splat all over the place. Nope. He hit the ground. Well, I didn't see him hit the ground because the eagle had him carried off a ways. I heard him hit the ground. But scream, man, I didn't know rabbits could make them kind of noises. But so I don't know if the eagle ended up getting his dinner or not. That rabbit hit the ground, you heard go thump. It's quite a loud noise for such a small animal hitting the ground. And I got up and looked over and I seen the rabbit. Well, it may have been a different rabbit, but I'm pretty sure it was that rabbit taking off like somebody set his pants on fire. Because I didn't, like I said, I seen the eagle grab the rabbit, and then it went up in the air, and then I seen the rabbit falling. And by the time I got up and I heard it go thump, hit the ground, I got up and looked over there, and all I seen was a flash of brown, like I'm out of here. It's like, oh, that's so sad, that's so sad. Eagle got to eat too. Got to keep that rabbit population under control. The shop inspector does her best, but, you know, they're a little bit faster than her. She's getting old. There was a time when that rabbit could not outrun that dog, but now she's getting older. She's like all these baby rabbits. She's like, I can't get them, Dad. I can't get them. So she loves to hate them. It's a love-hate thing. She loves to hate them rabbits. Well, don't help. When she doesn't eat all of her dinner, I tell her I'm going to give it to the rabbits. Did you know rabbits will eat dog food? Oh, yes. My shop inspector is a very picky eater. Sometimes she don't like what I give her for dinner, and it just sits there. So I take it over to the bank and throw it out. And maybe that's why I got so many big rabbits. They're eating big dog food. I don't know. We're shaping that other leg up, putting it in the crack, giving a little bit of butt crack going here. I'm still undecided on what I'm doing with this other leg. I know the one on the right side is going up, or now it's on the left side. One on the left side is going to be stepping on a rock, and the one on the right side, I have not decided. But now that I've made the video, I know what it's going to be. It's going to be just straight leg. You know, like you're standing there and you put your foot up on a rock. That kind of a thing. And it's just all about the shapes. Shapes and proportions. Once you get them down, You'll be a master carver, just like Jordy Johnson at Carving Fusion. The master. The he's gonna hate it. The Yoda of wood spirits. The Yoda of wood spirits. The the Jedi Master. Isn't that right, Jordy? Although, Jordy's been carving a lot of great stuff. He got his eagle fountain and his rocking chair with the crow and the gold ball, if anybody remembers that. This fancy hose reel that he made, or hose winder upper thing. You wind your hose up. I gotta do that. I gotta go find me a hook branch and make a wood spirit hose holder. Now you can see, like I said, he's gonna be a pretty skinny guy, so we're giving him skinny legs. Plus, we had to cut away a lot to get that bend. Get the bend in the leg. Separate his cheeks a little bit more. Just smoothing that off. Not taking off a lot at a time. Just wearing it down to where I like it. And then I gotta go over here and match that side. Split them hands a little bit more. Cutting under it. Now I'm wondering what am I gonna do next? Let's cut the. I knew I wanted them to have one hand out and one hand in a pocket. So let's go ahead and make this hand the hand that's holding something. And we'll just dig in there. Put that bent elbow in. Round off that shoulder a bit. Now we got to start bringing that back forward, or you can look like a humpback. So we're just going to drop the shoulders from the neck back. We're just going to cut in there and drop them down. Get rid of some of that blockiness. But you got to make sure you know what you want to do with your hands before you get too crazy on the cutting the back down. Because if you got one hand like holding something and one hand in the pocket, that elbow is going to be back a little bit further than the one forward holding the. So I don't know. You don't got to get that critical with it. I just seem to sometimes I get carried away. These are wood. They're not real people. We're not doing a sculpture of a real person, I guess is what I'm after here. Cutting under that arm. Separate the arm from the leg because the leg's got to be in from the arm because of the way he's standing. I guess we could just put a jacket on him and flatten that top out there a little bit more. This is going to be a long voiceover. Oh no, the long voiceover. Cut underneath that arm. Relief. We're creating relief under the arm so the leg gets where it belongs under there. And that's why I say he ended up being a pretty skinny guy. Because by the time I fit everything into this 1.5 by 1.5 piece of square basswood, there wasn't much to get everything I wanted to get fit into the carving. He got pretty skinny. It's all right. I'm actually thinking about going back and making him a little more skinny, but it's all done now. Nothing left but the crying. And you can see how them legs are shaping up. And we gotta bring the backs of them. I want to bring the back of the feet in, but I also want to leave it. A part of that is a thing, to keep him from falling over when he stands. So I don't gotta glue him to a board. So I'm gonna leave I'm gonna make that like a rock under where his foot's gonna be, and then the other one's gonna be stepping up on a rock. Yep, that's the way I'm seeing it in my head. We'll have to see if it translates into the wood. Looks like it's coming along fine. I think this is where I decide, I'm just going to put this hand in the pocket. So I'm going to have one hand in its pocket and one hand holding something. Maybe we give him a can of Mountain Dew. So the way I always figure it is, if you got a 6-inch piece of wood, I draw a line around the middle, making that the middle, and then I'll divide that in 3, so every 2 inches, right? You got 2 inches of leg, 2 inches of body, 2 inches of head and hat. So if you weren't going to put a hat on them, you could adjust it accordingly. You can give them longer legs or a longer torso or something like that. So you can see I've drawn it on there where his hand's going to be in his pocket. So now we can get rid of that block of wood right there. That whole chunk can go. I could have had him being a double fister. Two hands of Mountain Dew. But I didn't. And right there's where I'm cutting in his pocket. And his hand will be in his pocket. Like that. Yep. And then we got to get rid of that chunk of wood. Go around sharpening stuff up with the saber tooth flame burr. And working that arm into the pocket. Realized that the back of my arm had too sharp of a cut on it, so I just kind of go back there like that and shape it so it looks like the hand is in the pocket, and then the other thing. Now we got the saber tooth or the flex cut, or list them all, Rob. List them all. Now we got the cut saw back in there. And we'll get rid of that chunk of wood. A lot of options there, but I just decided to put his hand in his pocket. Instead of, I could have done, like I said, a lot of options there we could have done. But that lets you think for the next one. What are we going to do on the next one? There's always the next one. And this is where you got to be careful not to over cut your cuts. You don't want to take off too much. Wood carving is a subtractive art. You're always taking away, but never adding back. Not easily, anyway. It's not like welding. If we overcut, we can always weld it back on. Adding more wood is not impossible. I like using that quick wood. if I break something off and I want to put it back on, or if you overcut something, you can always use that quick wood to build it back up. Especially if you're painting it. If you're staining it, not so much. But if you're painting it, you can get away with it. The only problem with the quick wood is a lot of times it becomes too smooth. And when you paint it, you'll have, your normal wood buzz, whatever, the wood grain. But with the quick wood, it leaves like a smooth, shiny spot. So you just gotta rough it up and make it match the contour of the wood, and it carves. You can take your knife and put some flat planes on it to make it blend in better too. But yeah, quick wood or put epoxy, PUTT, sculpting epoxy. Basically the same thing. You get 2 tubes of I think it was green and gray, and you mix them together till they're a solid color. Putman, that's it. Putman sculpture putty. It's a 2-part epoxy stuff. And the quick wood is basically kind of the same stuff, except it comes in one roll, and there's a different color in the middle. So then you have to mix those two together. But I noticed with the quick wood, if you keep it for more than a couple months after you open it, for me anyway, it dried up, and I kept it in its little plastic tube. It gets real crumbly. Where I've had that Putman epoxy sculpt, or 2-part epoxy, I've had that in my drawer for a couple years at a time. And as long as you keep it wrapped up in the plastic, the 2 separate things you mix together, I've never had a problem with it drying out. But I have with the Kiwi Quickwood. So if it's something that, if you know you're going to use it, a lot of it, or quickly, you're good. You don't got to worry about it. But if you buy it and you fix one little carving with it, and you're like, oh, cool, I'll have it for next time. If next time don't come for like a year, remember to stop and pick a new tube up, because that stuff ain't going to work. Just my opinion, my experience of it anyway. They both work good. Just the stuff you get at Hobby Lobby seems to last a bit longer. And there he is in his Mod Podge. Alrighty then, this is what our little hillbilly guy came out looking like after he was all painted up. Wearing his blue coveralls and his green shirt. Got his can of Coca-Cola, or can of whatever. Might be coffee, I don't know. So that's what he looks like. Alright. Share, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And we will catch you in the next one. Bye.